It was just laying there, the head and antler. And this thing was the most monstrous thing I ever saw. I'll tell you, well, we'll get into that, but I remember in Tip City, we were squirrel hunting, my brother and I. It's like, we wanted to get a squirrel and get that thing stuffed. That's what we wanted to get done.
So you wanted to get the squirrel stuff?
Well, I just wanted to get a squirrel stuffed. There was a guy in Tip City, Ohio. His name was Fred Allen. He was mostly a marine taxidermist. Did a lot of fish, but he would do mammals too. But I remember going into that studio, and it wasn't like a foul odor. It was just the smell of paste and glue and chemicals, I guess, And I remember looking around, and he had these small mammals mounted, and I said, I'm going to bring this dude a squirrel because I want to see how this thing, the whole thing.
How's it's done? You want to know how it's done.
I remember walking into it the first time, I said, wow, that's pretty cool. And I remember he was painting a largemouth bass with an airbrush at the time, and he had several on the wall that he'd done. And I said, he's not only going to do a squirrel, he's going to do a fish for me too, because,
You fished.
We fished. Yeah, we bass ponds. My dream was to get a 4-pound largemouth, get it mounted. I did. It was taxidermy, and man, I was always fascinated by it. I remember, this is no kidding, I think there was a deer season, but I remember in his little cooler area, I peeked in there, and there was a deer from Indiana laying there on the floor. It was caped out, but the head wasn't skinned out. It was just laying there, the head and antler. And this thing was the most monstrous thing I ever saw.